Hey guys, Andre here with a quick update about Super Nintendo World coming to Universal Studios Florida. Because a few new details have come out by way of WFTV in Orlando, they have discovered some official documents filed by Universal Studios for the construction of this land, as well as a few additional details from their own sources. So first up as a fact is that the land is going to be 8.8 acres in size, and will be built behind Simpsons Land in the area that is currently the Kid Zone. And if you're a fan of the ET ride, don't worry, as it's currently being spared according to the plans. Now, as part of those 8.8 acres making up Super Nintendo World, we now know for sure that there's going to be a Donkey Kong section as well as a Mario Kart section, with Donkey Kong taking up the majority of the room being 4.7 acres, and Mario Kart coming in at just under 2 at 1.76 acres, which leaves 2.4 acres left for the rest of Super Nintendo World. And in case you were curious, there are apparently going to be 48 toilets in this land. And I can't help but wonder, are they going to be themed to warp pipes? Unfortunately, the whole thing is estimated to take about 3 years to build, which isn't unusual, but I really want to go on this stuff like now. But even with that 3-year construction estimate, WFTV notes that it could still possibly open in time to beat Disney World to its 50th anniversary in 2021, which I'm sure Disney wouldn't be too happy about, as that would be a law of competition. Okay, so that's most of the major details out of the way, but in case you're curious how 8.8 acres compares to some other similar lands, well, Cars Land and Avatar Land at Disneyland and Disney World respectively are 12 acres each. So Super Nintendo World is pretty close, if not quite as big as those other lands. However, that may not tell the full story, because KFTV notes that sources have told them that Universal Studios plans to eventually add even more Nintendo rides and attractions to both their neighboring park, being Islands of Adventure, as well as in a future third park to be built on the 500 acres of land that they recently purchased just down the street. So it sounds like they may be using the same method they used with Harry Potter, where they built Phase 1 in one park, Phase 2 in another, and in this case a potential Phase 3 in yet another park. So yeah, I am pretty freaking stoked for this. I mean, as you know, I'm a huge theme park fan, I'm obviously a huge Nintendo fan. You combine the two and I'm a happy camper. It's especially exciting to hear that they're planning far in the future, much beyond what they've already announced. And I really can't wait to check it out for myself. I mean, you can count on the fact that I'll be flying to Japan to check out Super Nintendo World there as soon as it opens by 2020. Although at this point, it is sounding like Universal Studios Florida may have the definitive version of Super Nintendo World given all the extra land they have compared to the other parks around the world. And with that guys, thanks so much for watching, and of course stay tuned to GameXplain for lots more on Super Nintendo World and everything else Nintendo as well. Catch you later, bye.